We made it. The final event of the season, the Tour Championship, presented by Barbasol. The course is Matt Keats Memorial Disc Golf Course at Nevin Park, a redesign just for this event. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and your two hot geese take flight once more, calling the shots on the last tournament.
Yeah, we're migrating home after this one. Thank you guys for a good season. Thanks to GK Pro. Let's check out this course. Nevin is a new one on the track. We play Hornet's Nest. Today we're going to watch Valerie Mandujano, Missy Gannon, Mertsch, and Hansen attack these very tight wooded fairways.
So the championships have a super unique bracket style format. The top 4 seeds from the entire year have a bye. This is the quarterfinals, and these are our 5th through 8th seeds. Hole number 1, you're teeing from out of bounds. If you land short, there is a drop zone. Otherwise, it's normal OB. It kind of looks like you need to throw a left to right shot, but if you just throw straight uphill, you will have a putt.
All right, everybody, welcome to our final group of the quarterfinal round of the 2022 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships presented by Barbasol. If you can hear my voice, please put your hands together for Miss Valerie Mandujano, Missy Gannon, Hansen, and Mertsch.
Oh, is this Johnsonville Broth's
look
archway?
At this. I love it. Look at them come down together.
Lovely. The Johnsonville archway is truly majestic.
Please put your hands together for Miss Valerie Mandujano.
So Valerie coming in at the 5th seed for the entire year. She, of course, won Waco and Portland and a couple Silver Series, I believe, Beaver State Fling. She's had a great year, especially considering she switched to dynamic disc this year. She's just throwing fantastic.
Yeah.
That's turned a little to the right, but in the circle for a pretty easy putt.
Next on the tee, representing Deathstrap, please give a warm welcome to Miss Missy Gannon.
I did watch some of the live coverage, and Terry Miller was calling her Big Money Missy since she won both events last year. So, of course, Missy defending her Pro Tour Championship title from last year.
So we're watching the 5th through 8th seed, but we also have the 9th through, I believe, 12th competing as well, and then 2 people that did the play-in the day before. So we have 12 competitors total out here.
And only 4 spots moving into the semifinals.
Up next, representing this mania, please put your hands together for Miss Hansen.
Ella's had a solid year. She did win Canadian Nationals. She's got the long drive distance record from Worlds. She's gotten a couple podiums, 3rd at Jonesboro DDO and 2nd at Preserve, but looking for that big win.
She's got the forehand and the backhand, which you need on a wooded course.
I believe that's inbounds, but yeah.
Representing Erika, championess, please give a warm welcome to Miss Mertsch.
The amount that Kat has improved from this year to last year is amazing. She just has a ton of control and somehow more power at the same time. She got 3rd at Jonesboro and 2nd place at a couple Silver Series, but still also looking for a big win. And this is the biggest win you can get. There's $35,000 on the line.
Yeah, and the unique format means you have to go approach every round as if it's your last.
Yeah, the scores reset every day, so go for broke.
It's a unique format that takes some getting used to as far as mental game goes.
Yeah, it's very different. You can just play the course, and if you get under par, you'll probably advance. The play-in had 6 women. Haley King got in with a 3 under, and Jessica Weiss got in with a 1 over. So people know that, at least 3 down is attainable out here. Missy firing in a great putt for birdie. So if you win your card, you're probably in, but it is just the top 4 scores overall. So you might be thinking about what other people are doing a bit more and looking at your phone a bit more.
Missy and Valerie starting out with birdies. Just watching the men's scores and the women's scores roll in over the past couple days. I mean, it's all over the place. I feel like there's a 15-stroke swing on any day that you walk out onto this course, just like any wooded course, but this one especially.
If you're off the fairways at all, scrambling is just a heroic effort. Hole 2 is a par 3. It's downhill, left to right moving shot. There's OB that wraps along the left side and gets closer as you get to the pin. Sidearm is definitely optimal. The backhand is doable, but if you put too much angle on it, you can get a cut roll out of bounds. It's kind of cool. The Pro Tour signs have the elevation changes on this tournament, which I've never seen before. So this is negative 19 feet, which is, yeah, it's kind of cool to know the actual number. Valerie with a really pretty backhand. Let's see, that was a Maverick. Missy attempting the backhand as well with her big Z Mantis. Turn.
Man, the hill was doing a lot of the work there, but unfortunately that fairway tree kicking out of bounds.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of left to right moving shots on this course, so having a forehand like Ella does and like Kat does is going to be a huge advantage. Valerie's got a solid forehand too. Missy has it, but uses it less. That looks amazing. Ella with a cloud breaker there. Oh, wow. Beautiful couple of sidearms there from Kat and Ella. Missy throwing 3 with the out-of-bounds stroke.
This is the type of course where you take a bogey, you got to move on really fast, because if you start spiraling, there's really no coming back. A lot of these holes are not birdieable necessarily.
Yeah.
Or not gimme birdies, I should say.
Or they're both birdieable and triple bogeyable.
Yeah.
Valerie misses, but stays in bounds. Cat from circle's edge. Just low.
And Ella was the only birdie on the day here.
Oh, wow.
I mean, a 352-foot forehand is a feat that not that many FPO players have, even at the elite level.
What's crazy is, like, these are some of the open holes. It just gets tighter and tighter, too. Everyone who made it today gets $3,000. If you make it tomorrow, $5,000. So that's some of the biggest payouts for some of these women.
Yeah, it's nice because you can afford to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Literally afford.
You can literally afford it. Hole 3, it's 305 feet, par 3. It's another downhill left to right. There is some OB, but it really doesn't come into play. You can see it's kind of getting narrower. This one is downhill as well, a similar amount as the last hole. It doesn't set up quite as well for the sidearm, though, I think, especially if you see Ella going backhand here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a gentler turn.
Yeah. And that got most of the way there. It should be an easy par.
Looks like she's throwing a low-speed disc, which I think is going to be extremely beneficial today.
That's the Mind Bender. I believe that's a new one from Discmania.
Yeah, managing the tree kicks is so important.
Valerie with a higher speed Maverick. Kicks around a little bit more. She'll be in scramble mode.
Kat opting for a sign arm with like a gentle flip up, but she turns her wrist, and burns it.
She seems happy with the result, though.
Yep,
Pretty good kick.
Fairway is always good.
Missy early right out of her hand. I didn't really see where that kicked. Oh, that's not too bad. She's going Z Raptor here.
What a nice little scramble shot.
Yeah, beautiful forehand.
Nice flexy. soft landing right in the green.
Pretty ideal conditions today. It started out a little chilly in the low to mid 50s, but no wind, so not a bad day to be disc golfing. Cat with a little too much steam. She circles edge coming back uphill at it. Whoa, wow, that was excellent.
Wow, yeah, finds a gap. Valerie is second this year out of everybody in the Pro Tour and on her scramble race.
Oh, nice.
So
I know owns first.
yeah, I think Valerie and Missy are actually tied for second.
Oh,
so,
fantastic.
So they have very strong advantage in this round.
Yeah, a good skill to have out here. Ella lays up for a par. Cat coming back for par.
Kat's major strength this year has been the Circle 1 putts. She's 4th place overall in her Circle 1 putting percentage, so that's going to be really important here as well.
Were there any birdies on this one? Oh, putting you on the spot, sorry. Have different stats pulled up.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at Ella's stats.
Everyone's par here except for Kat, who takes the bogey.
I feel like I would be...
It's doable.
Yeah, there was 3. Oh wait, that's at MPO.
Checking in on the leaderboard here, Holland Hanley off to a really good start. 2 down through 9. That's going to be really good. I do think the front 9 plays a little bit easier than the back, but there's birdies all the way. So weird to see a cut line at 4. We're not really used to that. And the whole field is 12. So crazy. Hole 4 is a par 4, starts uphill but then goes down. There is an OB creek that runs through the fairway, you can see down there. So with it being downhill, the big arms can definitely get across and then have a pretty easy birdie. If you want to lay up, it's best to lay up a little on that right side, kind of near that sewer cover thing, to kind of open up the shot, ideally a sidearm on the second shot. I wish I had the distance on how far that OB creek was.
See if it is on the course map.
Yeah.
Sadly, we have not had much experience at this course because it is a new one.
Yeah,
on
I didn't
tour.
get a chance to play it, unfortunately. And I'm just going around playing all the fun, easy courses in
Me
Charlotte.
too. I went to Goat Island yesterday. It ruled.
Yeah. So Ella laying up, which you can totally get the birdie by
Look at
laying
all
up.
that ground play.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised. Like she has the arm to totally make it over. See if Valerie lays up.
Simmer down.
Huh.
Turned way over, but it gets very lucky through the right side.
Yeah, she's actually in a good spot. She's almost too far right, though. Missy throwing her first thrasher off the tee. So you know she's comfortable. Gosh, look how straight. She's going for it. Wow.
Wow.
Certified big arm, Missy Gannon.
Yes. I mean, that was 2 feet over the out of bounds line. That was so impressive.
Yeah.
And like right at her distance maximum.
Yeah, amazing commitment. Cat turning it over. Easy to do when you're trying to get big power. She does not get quite as favorable as Valerie, but isn't in a bad spot.
So this fairway drops down 32 feet and then goes back up 19. So playing a huge downhill shot followed by a big uphill. Pretty interesting fairway we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that is so steep.
Yeah. Cat gets across on her second shot. Here's Ella's second, going sidearm with a PD. She went P2 off the tee, so putter, then
That was
fairway driver.
really good power from a standstill sidearm. A nice flex shot, trying to get the most distance that she can.
Valerie throwing a Warden backhand.
Love the fall crunchy leaves.
Overturned, but in circle 2, just outside the circle.
Missy throwing her second shot after a bomb off the tee. Nice little sidearm chip in the bullseye.
Beautiful. Be Missy's second birdie of the round. Cat with a nice sidearm chip. So do you think these ladies are going to be looking at their phones more? Like, are very aware of the score?
Yeah, I would say 100% yes. They're...
Ooh, good run.
Really nice bid from Circle 2. Yeah, I think... I don't ever check scores, and I feel like I would be checking almost every hole.
Yeah, and it's different than normal.
Yes.
Like, there's such a significant mental difference in this style.
Yeah. Elle, unfortunately, just catching right side chains for her birdie. Yeah, I think it's nice, though, because you can look at your phone, get immediate access to the scores, and, like, know when you need to put the gas on.
Oh, also important to note that if there are any ties in the scores, that the higher seed will move on. So, you know, the ladies who are playing first kind of have to put the hot scores together because a tie will not get them through. Great birdie
Yeah,
for
it is,
Missy.
and it's definitely an advantage, too, to be a lower seed and play later in the day when you know what the card in front of you is doing.
Yep.
What could we have here?
Fancy stuff here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good quality, super stiff, pretty grippy too, I would say.
I think I would throw every disc in this plastic.
Hole 5 is a par 4, 580 feet. Pretty small gaps off the tee here. You can see just how narrow, and a lot of fairway trees really. Starts uphill, but then ends up being a downhill left to right moving shot. There is some OB deep that can come into play. It's kind of near the circle's edge, deep right. But you're not really thinking about that until you get all the way through this fairway. Just look at it.
It seems like there's like parts where there is fairway, and then all of a sudden you're in a sea of trees. And
Yeah.
the fairway, and then sea of trees.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then there's the OB that definitely comes into play if you have too much power on the disc on your final approach.
Yeah, 30 feet of elevation loss on this one. It looks like most of it is in that second shot.
Mm-hmm. Missy with a Big Z Mantis.
Oh,
You know, it's fine.
that's a great kick.
Yeah.
Down the fairway, not into the rough.
Ella going FD sidearm. It's low. But fairway
Middle.
hit?
Yep. Ella's strengths this year on the course were in parked percentage and circle 1 in regulation. Also a great circle 2 putter.
Valerie finds a gap there and gets a lot more distance, it looks like, than the other women on the card. That was her Maverick.
That's a great looking forehand from Kat.
Caught up. Just so many fairway trees.
She's so good at those hyzer flip forehands that kind of carry straight for a while.
Yeah, her forehand is kind of like a unique style. And both forehand and backhand, she tends to get kind of a late flip on the disc.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of like the closest I would say to Jessica Weiss, maybe.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They definitely are both very talented at those hyzer flips with flippy discs.
Kat gets most of the way down there. She's in the rough a little bit somewhere in circle 2. Ella, not much of a gap here. She needs to curve to the right. Yeah. That's the one that was in the way.
Mm-hmm. And we'll try the same thing from the other side with a sidearm.
Yeah, now she has a better gap to get there, though. Circle 2.
Ooh, that green is so steep.
Yeah. Yeah, speed control definitely important here. Yeah, if you can get your drive far enough where you can throw a slower speed disc on the second, it's ideal. Missy just looking like she's playing for par there.
I mean, I think that's the way to seal the deal here. knowing when to be aggressive and when not to. And at this point, she doesn't need to be. She's already sitting under par. No reason to try anything crazy here.
Not like Valerie.
Yeah,
You nut.
Valerie never lays up, though.
Yeah.
Look at that.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
That was another Warden.
That landed so soft.
Beautiful shot. Missy with her Crystal Fierce.
Still a little bit of work to do.
Oh, beautiful. Just chopping up the hole in manageable pieces. This, on the other hand, not looking as manageable for Kat.
She's like 4 feet off the fairway, and it's like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Hey.
Oh, all right.
Ella for a long look at par.
Oh, what a great line. Just laying up, though.
Kat for par.
No.
No, little baby tree.
Fortunately, going to take the bogey on hole 5.
Man, I feel like if you were over par, it's easy to spiral,
Yep.
you know?
Oh, totally. Missy chopping up the hole nicely, playing for that par, getting exactly what she wanted.
Normally you can be like, oh, I'll get this hole tomorrow.
Valerie, one of 2 birdies on the day.
Nice.
Emily Beach taking the other one.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch Emily play this course.
Yeah.
Again, very forehand friendly and left-handed line friendly. Hole 6 is a 242-foot par 3, kind of as straightforward as it gets and a little bit more open than we've seen the last couple of holes. There is OB behind. You can see that little advertisement wall back there. That's where it is. Kind of a must-get birdie.
It's a 20-foot elevation gain, so this is a steep one. Probably still, even only at 242, still pulling out a driver. If I had to guess,
I bet a
maybe
lot of these
fairway.
ladies are doing fairway. That was that Maverick that Valerie's been throwing all day. Missy sticking with her ESP Mantis.
Nice flippy disc up the hill.
I like the height. Great shot. Do you think Barbasol sponsored the event because so many disc dyers use shaving cream?
I feel like that has to be
Right?
in the thing. It's got to be in the mix.
Oh.
One of the reasons.
What a shot from Ella.
And there she is showing how she is so good at that parked percentage.
And the opposite of a driver, that was a P2.
Wow. That was a P2.
Yeah, she always does that.
I
Do you think she looks around, see what everyone else is throwing, is like, oh, you guys are throwing mids and
I don't
fairways?
think she even cares.
I can get there with a putter.
I feel like I would have guessed that was a mid.
Yeah.
But P2, impressive.
Kat for the longest look at her birdie here. Catches a
I
chain.
feel like Ella's going to come back from the off season and be able to throw a putter 400.
Great birdie there from Missy.
This was the easiest hole of the day. Definitely must get.
Valerie moving 3 down through 6.
Oh, we have 3 people on our feature card. Getting the birdies. Kat walking away with the par.
Hole 7, 375 feet, par 3. You can see this pretty narrow gap off the tee here. You're teeing kind of straight, and then it goes very sharply downhill. So speed and angle control is key. I think the most common mistake is just blasting one down there and going long. You can see the drop off behind the basket, and then you're putting back up to an elevated pin.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's already 33 feet of elevation loss, and then it looks like, what, another 10 behind, 15
Yeah.
behind?
Yeah, you do not want to be putting back up at the basket. Touchy shot, though. It's hard to take some speed off and get all the way there.
Yeah, you need 375s, and it's downhill, so you know you can get there, but you just want it to check up. And look at...
Wow.
No way.
That was a maverick again.
Catches the lighthouse.
She's kind of lucky she hit it. I mean, she was probably aiming for it. Like, you know, I don't know.
Who knows? I bet she was.
But that was going to skip
That's
long.
the play. Backboard.
But yeah, it's smart. Why not use that, you know, little elevated pin?
Missy turns it over a little bit too much, but she's encircled 2, pin high. We'll see what she has to deal with on the putting green.
Ella early left, but fine.
Talk about a scary putt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of think that'll be a layup. I don't even know if she quite made it to circle 2. We'll see.
Okay. Cat taken to the sky. She's not afraid to throw it high.
Gosh, her reactions are some of my favorite. Her own and Hokum are probably my favorite to watch react to their shots. Wow, really great at getting out of the woods. Gotta be careful stacking up those bogeys, though. She's already 5 behind Valerie. Needs to come in soft. Nope. Ooh.
Oh, what a brutal roll.
Terrible roll.
So at this point, they are 35. They started 35 minutes behind the card in front of them, so they do have a little bit of an advantage. About 3 or 4 holes that they know what the card in front of them's doing, so they know, hey, do I need to be aggressive here? Do I need to just lay up?
Yeah, I think in previous years where we first started this format, you only had to win your card, and it didn't matter what the other cards did, which was crazy.
It was crazy.
So I do like this better.
I think it's more fair. Cat with the comeback for bogey.
Sit. Oof.
Oof.
That's tough for a double.
Settle. Oh, man, that one got out of control quickly.
Yeah. And any of them can. That's the thing.
This is Ella for her par.
Man, just so tough. She's looking like 10 feet uphill.
Good sit.
Breathes a sigh of relief as her putter sits down. And Cat with a triple there. That's going to hurt.
Only 2 birdies on the day. 1 from Maria Leva and 1 from Valerie
Yeah, look at
after
her.
hitting the lighthouse.
Nuts.
Hand-eye high five.
Hole 8 is another par 4. It's 603 feet. Couple gaps off the tee here. No elevation change. There's OB left, but it doesn't really come into play. It's pretty straight with a lot of trees. It's a tough birdie. I mean, just look at it. Like,
yeah,
it's so narrow the whole way.
It's one of the few holes that's completely flat, though, so no hill you have to worry about, which is nice.
There's kind of this like dry creek and little bridge area, and if you can land past that on your first shot, you have a good chance of birdieing it. But that sounds a lot easier than it is to do.
It's so tight.
I know,
it's crazy.
It's so uniform. Like, they went out there and just carved these fairways out of some dense forest. I think she's a little bit more right than you want to be, but Valerie progresses pretty far up the fairway.
And, I mean, what are they going for
I think
here?
it's this right gap that Valerie did, but not quite as
the
far
left
right.
gap looks bigger, but
like, look how thick that is over there.
Does she want to finish more right, or is
It's
that
pretty
fine on
straight.
that left side? Okay, that's.
Did you see that little bridge?
Yep.
You want to land right
By that.
around there.
Okay.
Whoa. Ella definitely pulling it farther right than she wanted.
But look at this.
Magic is real. She gets literally in the perfect spot.
The disc has
She
eyes.
just shakes her head. The disc has eyes, huh? I believe that's a Thunderbird from Cat.
I think it's knocked down before greening off fairway. That little tree branch.
Valerie dealing with a couple of these little trees in a patent pending stance.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Pures the gap.
Wow.
Great turn. Gives herself a long look at birdie.
It's fantastic. She is throwing those Mavericks so well.
Another wide straddle out, this time a sidearm.
She's going Undertaker.
She's blind to the fairway, just having to trust.
Catches a tree. Kat going for that same technical turnover sidearm line. I think she's going around this first tree.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot of angle.
Some really nice height.
Yeah. Well done.
Ella dead center fairway after skirting through the woods.
She threw Mindbender off the tee, and here's another one. Awesome.
Wow. So good. Way to capitalize. Missy throwing her third shot. Definitely some work left.
Just needs to get... I feel like I should just keep my mouth shut sometimes. Oh, bless you. Missy does have a look to save her par, I think. There's some trees in the way, though. Kat throwing a sidearm. Again, pushing too deep. She'll have a comebacker for her par. Valerie with a culprit. That works out fine.
Missy with a long putt to save par.
Left or right of the tree? Looks like right.
Right, yeah. Heiser putt life. Ooh, good line. Just a little too far.
There we go.
Hey.
One catches for Kat.
And a nice par save from Valerie as well. Let's see.
A second bogey of the round, but she's still under par. And she looks really calm out there. Her and Valerie both looking very smooth and confident.
Ella, one of only 2 birdies on the day. The other one got by Evelina Salonen.
Nice. Wrapping up the front 9 here. Look at this little gap off the tee here. Par 5, the first of 3 par 5, 685 feet. Kind of curves to the left. There's tiny gaps to hit all the way. You kind of want to start with a baby hyzer to get around the corner, and then you continue left before eventually going to the right. It does start kind of uphill, but you end up losing a couple feet as we curve around, and it starts to go back downhill.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
this hole is crazy.
Look at it. Like, we're just still going. There it is, way down there.
Holy hole.
Would you believe me if I would say the birdie is gettable? I mean, it's only 685 as a par 5.
It's just like, it's like you design the hole by like throwing a ping pong ball and watching it bounce back and forth.
Yeah, placement is key here. You really can't bite off too much on the drive, I think. You just want to land in the fairway, all 12 feet of the fairway. So that is the line you want. It was just early.
Looks like kind of a sea of trees in the corner. We'll see what she has to work with. Valerie pushing a little straighter.
Oh, that was almost so good.
Kat's really good at these lines.
Oh, it's early.
She's really good about committing to the height, but unfortunately, again, early. She'll join Ella.
Let's see if Missy can show us the line here. Going ESP Thrasher.
Wow.
Love the height.
I mean, that was full send.
Yeah, and a really good kick, too. That's ideal. Not ideal. Ella having to go forehand roller.
And it checks up on the edge of the fairway.
Yeah, she should be able to throw a shot in the air at least next time.
Valerie eyeing up a flex forehand. Wraps the corner pretty tight, and she'll be around the same place that Ella ended up. Kat looks like she's looking at a wall, maybe a little gap. Little spinny shot through, and looks like it might have just filtered to the other side of the fairway.
I think it pushed too deep.
The other side of the rough.
Yeah. Man, that's like my move. Like, oh, let me just pitch out. Just kidding, other side. Ella throwing a big Annie forehand. Too much Anheuser. Ends up in the left side again. Oh, boy. It's even worse than it looked for Kat here. She's throwing her third. She's probably only halfway down the hole, too. This time she chooses just to pitch out back into the middle. And Missy's second shot. Everyone's already thrown 2 or 3, so that is a luxury.
And look at that sidearm. Get some great ground play as it crests the hill.
Yeah, that was her Zeus. She was definitely playing it for the skip. Really good play.
Valerie throwing her third with a tree in the backswing. Oh my gosh.
She's so good at those.
And
look at this. I know. I think she's probably the best in the game at having a tree right next to her and still throwing great shots.
It's a similar type of a arm movement as a patent pending, and she's really good at those too.
Mm-hmm. Here's Kat with a bit of a flip up sidearm. A lot of stability though, and that was a great shot.
Yes. Look at this ground play. Is this good? Are we going to the right direction?
I think it's good. I think Zoe liked it.
Ella with another forehand roller.
Oh boy, 2 in 1 hole. That's all you have to say about how the hole is going. Good out.
And a nice right to left fading shot with the sidearm, but unfortunately catches a tree. I feel like that was going to be so good.
Yeah. Is she putting for bogey?
Yes.
Yeah, from there. Long putt, longer than you want for a bogey putt.
Missy throwing her third shot,
which
just
is
a little
crazy.
chip.
Look at how easy, though, it looked. Like, if you go out there and practice this and throw a couple good shots, you're like, oh, totally gettable par 5. You know? Like, Missy's making it look pretty easy.
Then you watch Ella and Kat, and you're like, oh,
wait.
Look at all the ways that I can get destroyed here.
What a pretty shot from Valerie.
There's no arguing that Valerie's throwing the disc pretty much better than anyone right now. I mean, Missy's also throwing great, but man, Valerie's angle control and landing has been unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, flawless today. Ella just chooses to lay that up for double bogey. Missy for a huge birdie look. Sends it. Leaves about 22 feet for her par.
And this is that, you can really see that 20 feet of elevation loss as we get to the green. Kat trying to air one out, but catching a tree. Let's see the circle 1 putts shine. Yeah.
Yeah, good bogey save, but at 6 over, she's going to have to make something crazy happen on the back. We did watch, if you watch the play-in event live, Haley, who shot 3 down on the round, I think she birdied the last 4 holes to get that score. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's possible.
What a great putt from Missy for par. Par feels good out here, Valerie as well. This plate is one of the middle most difficult holes. Kind of surprising. I thought it seems like it'd be a challenging one, but
sure looks hard.
It does. Ella unfortunately taking a double bogey, bringing her over par for the front 9.
Look at Valerie,
bogey free.
Mm-hmm. So clean.
I would brag about that.
And where she was off the tee on 9 too, she had a couple of really good par saves. Just looks really calm out there.
Really flexing her scramble stat as she has all year.
And Missy, even though she has 2 bogeys, still under par for the round. Ella with that last blemish puts her out of the cut line. Right now, Holland Hanley 2 down through 15, as well as Jessica Weiss 2 down through 15, have the spots. But, I mean, there's a lot of golf left.
Yep. They still have 9 more holes to match those scores. Oh, there's 3 different cards, all 35 minutes apart. So, yeah, it's quite an advantage to be the last card out and be in these top 4 seeds. Thanks again to our VIP members. We thank you every time, and we mean it every time.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you so much. We got 9 more holes out here at Nevin Park. We'll see you guys on the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.